Does your parrot scream the moment you leave the room? Does it sit perfectly calm on one person's shoulder but lunge at everyone else? You probably think it's just a personality quirk, or maybe bad luck. But here's what most parrot owners never find out. Your parrot didn't choose their favorite person randomly. There was a reason. A very specific, very deliberate reason. And once you understand what that reason actually is, everything about your bird's behavior will suddenly make sense. Stay with me, because the last thing I'm going to share with you is the one behavior your parrot does that most owners completely misread. And it's actually the greatest compliment a parrot can give a human being. 1. Your parrot is not choosing a person. They're choosing a flock mate. In the wild, parrots don't live alone. They live in large, noisy, constantly moving flocks. And inside that flock, every parrot has one bird they stay closest to, one bird they fly next to, eat beside, and sleep near every single night. That bird is their pair bond, their person, their safe place in a world full of predators and chaos. Now here's what changes everything. When a parrot comes to live in your home, the flock instinct doesn't go away. It can't. It's wired into them at a level nothing can touch. So your parrot looks around at the humans in the house and does something remarkable. It runs the same selection process it would run in the wild. It watches, it listens, it waits, and then it picks. Not the person who feeds them the most, not the person who spends the most hours nearby. It picks the person who feels the most like a trustworthy flock mate. And understanding what that means is the key to understanding everything your parrot does. 2. The first thing your parrot measured about you was your energy. Before your parrot learned your face, before it recognized your voice, it read something it can't explain and you probably never noticed. It read your energy. Parrots are prey animals. They have been for millions of years. And prey animals survive by being exquisitely sensitive to tension, unpredictability, and sudden movement. In the wild, a flock mate who was nervous or erratic wasn't just annoying. They were dangerous. A startled bird could trigger a panic in the whole flock at exactly the wrong moment. So your parrot was watching you from the very beginning. Are you calm when something unexpected happens? Do you move slowly and predictably? Does your voice stay steady? Or do you slam cabinets, raise your voice, and move through the house like a storm? The person your parrot chose almost certainly has one thing in common. They are consistent, they are quiet, and they are safe to be near. Not because the parrot was trained to feel that way, because deep in the parrot's nervous system, calm means survival, and survival means bond. 3. Your parrot has been listening to how you talk long before you noticed. Here's something that surprises almost every parrot owner. Your bird began forming an opinion about you before you ever tried to interact with it. How? By listening. Parrots are vocal learners. In the wild, every member of a flock has a unique contact call, a sound that says, "I'm here, I'm safe, I'm one of you." When a parrot hears you talking throughout the day, it's not background noise to them. It's data. They're cataloging your tone, your rhythm, your patterns. A 2022 study found that parrots can distinguish the voices of people they are bonded to from those of strangers, and they respond very differently, depending on who is speaking. The person your parrot chose probably talks to them, not at them. Not just commands or corrections. Actual conversation. Soft, warm, consistent sounds throughout the day. Because in parrot language, that's what a trusted flock member does. They call out. They stay in contact. They say, without words, "I'm still here." 4. The moment your parrot decided you were safe came down to one specific test. Every parrot, at some point early in the relationship, runs what bird behaviorists call a trust test. It's not something they plan. It's instinctive, and most owners don't even realize it happened. Here's how it works. Your parrot will do something slightly vulnerable in your presence. It might turn its back to you. It might drop its guard and preen itself while you're in the room. It might lean slightly toward you. And in that moment, it's waiting to see what you do. If you lunge forward, grab for it, or overwhelm it with attention, you fail the test. The parrot files that away. Not safe enough. But if you stay still, keep your energy low, and let the moment pass without pushing, something registers. This one doesn't demand things from me. This one can be trusted. And that single moment, which might last 5 seconds, can shape the bond for years. 5. Your parrot isn't being mean to everyone else. It's protecting you. If you live with a one-person parrot, you've probably watched it be perfectly sweet with its favorite human and absolutely furious with everyone else. And it can feel embarrassing. like your bird has bad manners. But that's not what's happening at all. In the wild, when two parrots form a pair bond, one of the things that bond comes with is protection. Bonded parrots defend each other. They position themselves between their mate and anything threatening. They call out warnings. They chase off intruders. Your parrot is doing the exact same thing with its favorite person. When someone else comes close, the parrot isn't being aggressive for no reason. It's being a devoted partner. It's doing what its instincts tell it a good flock mate does. The intensity of that protectiveness isn't a problem with your parrot's personality. It's actually a measure of how deeply they have bonded. The stronger the love, the louder the warning. 6. Your parrot shows love in a way most people never recognize. Ask most parrot owners how they know their bird loves them, and they'll say, "It sits on my shoulder," or "It lets me pet it." And those things matter. But there's a behavior that goes far deeper than that. A behavior that in parrot society is reserved exclusively for the one they trust most. It's called allopreening, and it's the act of one parrot grooming another, running their beak gently through the feathers on the head, the neck, behind the ears, the places a parrot can't reach on its own. In the wild, only a bonded pair does this for each other. It's not casual. It's intimate. It's reserved. When your parrot grooms your hair, your eyebrows, your skin, it isn't just playing. It is extending to you the most private act of care it knows how to give. It is treating you as a mate, as family, as the one being in the world it trusts with its most vulnerable self. 7. What your parrot does right before sleep tells you everything. Pay attention to where your parrot wants to be at the end of the day. Not in the middle of the afternoon when everything is exciting and stimulating. Right before sleep. Because that's when the instinct drops, all pretending. In the wild, parrots don't sleep near just anyone. Sleeping means vulnerability. It means letting the guard fully down in a world where letting your guard down can be fatal. So wild parrots sleep pressed close to the one they trust most. Their pair bond. Their anchor. If your parrot tries to get close to you in the evening, if it settles down, fluffs its feathers, and grinds its beak gently while sitting near you, it is not just comfortable. It is telling you something it has no words for. It is telling you that of every place in the world it could be, you are the safest. You are home. And now, the one behavior I promised you at the start. 8. The greatest compliment a parrot can give you. There is one thing a parrot does that owners almost always react to with disgust. And it is actually the single most profound declaration of love a parrot is capable of making. Parrots regurgitate food for two beings in the wild. Their babies and their mate. That's it. No one else. If your parrot has ever brought up partially digested food and offered it to you with dilated pupils and a slow head bob, you might have been horrified. But what your parrot was doing, in the only language it had, was offering you the greatest gift it knows. It was feeding you the way it would feed the one it had chosen above everything else. You don't need to encourage it. You can gently redirect it. But understand what it means. Your parrot didn't just like you. It pair bonded to you. Completely. The way wild parrots do once in a lifetime. Not every parrot owner gets that. If yours has done it, you are not just a favorite person. In your parrot's mind, you are everything.